Previously on T-Man 978.
The other face on and that hand. This is one of the first poses I did with him out of the box. Here's him doing the trophy chin flick with his thumb right there. Alright, I'm about to drive myself crazy.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now we're taking a look at Ocular Max Perfection Series PS-24 Incertus. Incertus is G1 Combiner Groove. Here is the bio and tech specs up close. Spoiler alert, the transformation is going to be in a different video, so I can start in whatever mode I want to. It comes in robot mode. Anyway, you get a collector's card as per the norm that has the same bio and the tech specs like fully decoded. You have a tech spec decoder right there, the instruction pull out. He has two of these bigger guns right here. They have a port on either side. This one is reverse. You have this gun right here, which can look like that or like this. He has two other face plates that I'll show. And you have this like liquid nitrogen cannon. And I'll do a quick turnaround of the police motorcycle that he becomes with zero accessories attached. The tires are rubberized. Even these in the back, which split in half, which is very different to me. You have this kickstand. Nice translucence up there. You can see what it looks like, and the steering actually functions. And let's do a close zoom in. Alright, here are the dials up there. That's what the controls look like. See the textures and paint and detailing. This almost, besides it not being in scale with the other robots in this, for this combiner, it almost looks like it doesn't fit in at all with looking at all this detail. Now, I've transformed this thing probably 3 or 4 times, and one thing I'm noticing is this crotch skirt is pulling in X-Transbots or somebody like that. So, yeah. Well, yeah, I'll even say fan toys. Everybody goes out to X-Transbots, but I've had the same experience. When there's no ratchets, it's just a pin joint, and you have gravity, stuff like that can happen, especially if it doesn't lock into place because they didn't think that would be an issue. But back here, we can separate this right here, and you can take the gun and groove it into this area and shut this back up and point this back there, and now we have gun storage for that, and they put a little light on there so it has more tail lights. Back here we have a little pull out nub which can pull out on both sides, and then we could take the two guns and port them on both sides. So now it's weaponized. I would imagine on the cartoon they just materialize. Right here it is. I'm gonna have it rolling. The wheels back here, I don't know if I have it like lined up the correct way they want it, but it is very tight on that wheel back there. But it does roll. Since it's 2-wheel, you can't expect it to stay up. Now these handles do rotate and collapse like that because of the transformation. And if you want, there are 2 pegs right here. So you could take these and put them up here if you want. But you'll risk shooting your arms off. But I guess down there you could risk shooting your feet off. But it's a robot that doesn't need a driver. So there you go with that. to be part of the combiner team, there's no way he will ever scale with his teammates. So he's going to be big. The only way they could do it otherwise is make him actual scale and make him part of like the shield for Defensor or somebody, and have somebody else be the fifth member. Here it is next to another combiner in vehicle mode. Here it is next to a 1/12 scale bike, a 1/12 scale military vehicle. Here's a different angle. A military helicopter that's 1/12 scale roughly. A Hasbro G.I. Joe female driver. Jada Toys Street Fighter dude. Marvel Legends. And probably more fittingly, a Figma, especially a smaller female Figma. So this is more the scale right there. And I do have a small SH Figure Arts. Hold on. Here's young Bulma. Can't make her look up too much. And here's a Fans Toys Minibot. So this works as well. And how many other reviewers did that many comparisons with relevant humanoid action figures? Have you clicked like yet? Anywho, the bike is cool, don't have too many complaints. I might be doing something wrong, but this doesn't spin as much as I would like, but I'm not going to be doing all that anyway. I think it's cool that you have steering. Didn't expect that. And the fact that it's like pretty much 1/12 scale, or true 1/12 scale, so you can put people like Figma on there and they look perfectly alright. And you can store all of the weapons. That's cool. Only thing sucks is this thing getting loose. Here it is in its leg form. Right there. Basically connect this to hotspot and connect it up there. But I'll show that in the full combiner review. And look at this thing. That is just loose as crap. Alright, here is Incertus in his robot mode, or Groove, Autobot Combiner Protectobot Groove in a robot mode. It's mostly good, but has a few things stopping it from greatness in my opinion, in my experience. And now I'm going to put the guns on his legs and show you a side by side. He still has access to the pullouts right there and right there. Here he is with his animation model right there. The master model. In the cartoon it probably looked different here or there, but there you are. This is a design, looking at those pipes on the legs, that is completely, basically almost impossible to 100% replicate. Which, as I've said before, it made the characters look more appealing on the screen in motion, but trying to translate that to toy, well, they were completely better looking typically than the toys, and trying to make a toy look like that plus transform is difficult. But here he is from the side. Slide back. Complete back. This side. This side. Side, front. And right there. Alright, I almost kind of wish they didn't go all the way cartoon accurate, because the eyes and the face color are like similar. You could definitely see his face and see his eyes, but they're highly similar, and the head is definitely shaped like one of the original toys. As far as the proportions, like you see his neck sits higher and his arms sit lower, which is a thing that can happen because it is a robot and not a human. But to make it more proportionate, they do let you configure the neck like this. Unfortunately, in this configuration, the collar, he cannot turn left and right more than that because of that. But when you have the neck extended, you have full range to all that articulation. But I'm mostly supposed to be letting you see what the body looks like up close. See some of these details. Here are the feet. Here is the back. So it definitely looks nice. I think I like him more than the other ones. The other ones definitely look super duper chug compared to this, but this with the gold paint and the silver paint, it looks nice. It has a lot of detail going on. But now I'm gonna show you the articulation and show the other configuration for the guns later. But the head is on a ball joint. It can tilt side to side like that. It can turn, of course. He can look down with this transformation joint. He can push the chest out and look all the way down. But doing that makes this pop up. So you can keep your finger there. And you can also make him look back far because of that transformation joint, or the extra configuration joint, I should say. The arms go out to there. Of course, they rotate. They come in and touch his leg, his thigh. But it also has a butterfly joint forward, and you can stretch it to make it come out even more and go back even more. But you untransform some of this stuff right there, which does not really clip in. Your bicep swivel, the elbows bend that much, but you can use the transformation joint, and I'll show the hand that doesn't have the gun, and make him double jointed. So that is awesome. You have wrist rotation. All the fingers open up like that, which is dumb. I think if you're gonna have individual finger articulation, I mean, you could pull off some type of pose, like, and this thumb is on the ball joint, but I usually pose their arms out something like this with the fingers kind of reaching. But I wish they had a secondary joint. I think all figures that have articulated fingers should have flat, straight fingers, and they bend at the knuckle here. I can't even do it with my fingers, like this and like that. You know what I mean? All 90-degree bends and not this curved situation. On top of this, you do have an articulation for the hand to go outward and inward. They didn't even need to do that. They specifically did this for articulation, which is cool. You have 360 waist, but it starts looking weird the more you turn it. Ab crunch. The hips can kick up more than 90. Can go back almost 90. Can go out to the side completely 90. Thigh rotation. And double jointed knees, but you have this wheel there by design. You get ankle pivot. The ankle kicks back and the ankle kicks forward. And the toe kicks forward and kicks back. The heel can come down. Now here's my problems with this figure. This does not like snap into place. It constantly will shift up. The toe doesn't lock into place either. It has some friction, but this is not enough to hold. Like, let me try to. If you have to really like work with it to get it to hold the figure up on those toes, because it is not enough friction to stop that from moving. So I think that should have been on a ratchet. I hate when they design something like this and don't put it on a ratchet. Aesthetically also, you know I don't like crotch skirts. The X-Transbots one doesn't have crotch skirt. And let's bring that cartoon image out again. The way the legs look on the cartoon image, there's no need to have a crotch skirt. The hips were supposed to be out to the side to avoid any of this. So yeah, that was a decision that they decided to make. And here is his other gun leg combination right there. But it's supposed to go by as closer to his toes. Here is what he looks like without a face on. So he does have like a perfectly symmetrical visor right there. And of course you do the typical lift the head back and pull at the bottom of the chin to to remove the face situation and just slide the new face on, which has his nose and mouth. And mine now, this smiley face, as you can see, has a scratch on it. That's for me putting this in my backpack in robot mode and taking it to work. So that's mine. From certain angles, I don't see it, but it is noticeable, unfortunate for me. And here we have his fighting face right there with the butterfly joints and all that. We can do his hands into this position, which is definitely cool. And yes, I almost forgot this little bullhorn thingy that I'm guessing he must have done in one of the cartoons. You could just pull the hand off, which is new for third-party style Transformers, and now he has this horn or whatever. And here we have him with his other companions. I don't have first aid in this room, and I don't feel like grabbing it. As you can see, he and Navigant, or Streetwise, are close to the same height, and you can honestly push the head down and they would be the exact same height. First aid is a little bit taller. I do have Megatron in this room conveniently, and because of what's currently in my thumbnail, I have a Fans Toys Insecticon who his chest does not want to stay up. But yeah, unless you have a problem with how tall Hotspot is, because I think in the cartoons they weren't like depicted as him being humongous. He should be humongous because he is a very big fire truck turning into a robot next to a motorcycle. He should be even taller, to be honest. He should be about this tall right here. And speaking of that, I forgot I had Cliff Jumper in here, Fans Toys version. So yeah, maybe he should be about that tall, to be honest. But anywho, good figure with some nitpicky complaints that I had, but it's mostly good. There's one other thing that I forgot to mention. Sometimes when you bend the knee, like depending on where you grab, this piece right here might rotate, but the rest of the leg won't, because it's held together by a tiny, let's try to zoom in on there, minuscule peg right there. If you don't have that tabbed in, the leg won't bend all together. But yeah, besides the things that I nitpicked on, it's a good figure. The transformation is not too difficult. The transformation to the leg mode definitely isn't difficult. Like looking at this thing, I couldn't even, besides seeing a single wheel right there and the wheel right here, and of course all of this, I couldn't even tell you that this was a motorcycle. But it becomes a good looking, realistic looking motorcycle, as you saw. So, and I like the paint job. Yours won't have this Autobot logo if you don't like that. In fact, where did, oh yeah, here's it on the side. Yeah, I still need to review this guy, and I need to review Blades when that comes out. When I get everybody, I'm gonna do a full comparison shot, or have all of them together. I'm gonna show their vehicle modes, and I'm gonna show how to put them in their combiner modes, because I already showed how to transform into their combiner modes. I'm gonna show how to attach it to this guy to become Defensor when I review Defensor, or whatever their version is called. But anyway, I got this from Toy Dojo. I've been neglecting to mention that. Got it from Toy Dojo. Great customer service, great owner. Anywho, thank you for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really